researchers at Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis and Lund University in Sweden shows that a blood test, like the one at C2N Diagnostics in St. Louis, can be as good at detecting molecular signs of Alzheimer's disease in the brain as the FDA-approved spinal fluid test.
Used to highly specifically identify who has amyloid plaques.
Dr. Randall Bateman, with Washington University School of Medicine and his colleagues, previously created the first approved blood test for amyloid in the brain, diagnosing Alzheimer's disease. Bateman is also a scientific co-founder of C2N Diagnostics. Amyloid beta proteins clump together to form the sticky toxic plaques scattered throughout the brain in Alzheimer's. The blood test uses a highly sensitive technique to measure levels of the Alzheimer's protein in the blood. This allows for an accurate diagnosis in the early stages of Alzheimer's disease.
Amyloid plaque pathology is really the earliest indicator that something might be happening abnormal in the brain. You can even identify abnormal patterns of amyloid processing 15, 20 years before the onset of clinical symptoms in Alzheimer's disease. So the ability to actually measure these amyloid particles in the blood is a real innovation.
Blood tests can be accessible and affordable. According to Washington University School of Medicine, the findings indicate that a blood test may soon replace more expensive and invasive brain scans and spinal taps for detecting signs of Alzheimer's in the brain. And the findings demonstrate it's as accurate in patients with mild symptoms, so it can be used to detect molecular signs of Alzheimer's disease in the brain when symptoms have yet to emerge.
So Alzheimer's disease has amyloid plaques and tau tangles. Those two things in the brain define Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's disease has a long pre-symptomatic phase of 2 decades or more, during which amyloid builds up in the brain before neurodegeneration sets in and symptoms arise. Identifying people with the disease early has become vitally important, as the first Alzheimer's treatments capable of slowing the disease's progression recently became available to patients, and other promising drugs are in the pipeline that could be more effective when started sooner rather than later,
so that we can slow or stop the progression of Alzheimer's disease,
making it critically important to identify people with the disease even before they show signs of memory loss and thinking problems.
It's going to represent a different kind of way that we do clinical research, the way we recruit patients for trials, as well as patient care in terms of how we diagnose people who have memory problems.